I respect that. I respect that.
Hey guys, so today I thought I'd make a video on some tips that I could give to anyone who's starting out with photography or videography, cinematography, whatever you want to call it. It's all just art, isn't it? So anyways, the first thing that I would say is to choose a good time to go shoot, whether it's video or picture, early in the morning or just as the sun's setting or just after the sun is setting is normally the best time. I'm out here shooting right now, and as you can see, it is just before sunset. So right now it's actually a little bit brighter than what I would hope for to go shoot, but I'm gonna stick around out here and finish up this video, so we'll probably get some good shots in by the time the night's over. So the next thing I'll talk about here is getting that shallow depth of field, or in other words, like when the background is blurry and your foreground or your subject is in focus and it's punching through. So most of the time, if you use a longer lens, actually, I think all of the time when you use a longer lens, you will get a more shallow depth of field so if you have say a 300mm lens and you get a picture of someone standing there, you can zoom up really close to them, and then they will be perfectly in focus, and then even just like a foot behind them will be blurred, and everyone's going for that look right now. And it's a really popular look, and it's popular for a reason, because it looks good. It's something that we like to see. So if you're trying to go for that shallow depth of field, put your camera into a manual focus mode. Use the longest lens that you have if you want the most dramatic blur effect. And then you're gonna focus precisely on the subject that you are videoing or taking a picture of. And then that background will just form around the subject. It makes them pop. It draws your eyes to them, which is what you want. Now, my next tip would be to make sure that you're using the right camera settings. For example, once it gets to be a little bit too dark, you don't want to be bumping up your ISO through the roof. That will end up with noisy, grainy pictures or videos. It's the same across the board for those two. So, I normally try to stick under 3200 ISO, but most of the time under 16 if I can. This just helps with a little bit better quality pictures and videos coming out in low light. If it's too dark, you'll need to find a light source that can light your subject for how you want it to look. Now, I also want to talk about framing and leading lines. So when you're taking pictures or video, also the same across both, leading lines are lines that lead your eye to what you want your viewer to see. So with a picture, say people put pictures in a picture frame because it draws their eyes to that. You want to frame your subject so that their eyes, the viewer's eyes, are drawn into the subject. Same thing with video. When you're making a video, you want lines and different objects to be in a way pointing to your subject. And another thing to go with your camera settings is you need to make sure that your shutter speed is at the correct speed, because if you're going to be capturing something that's moving fast, you're going to want a faster shutter speed, because then you can capture that action quickly. So unless you want to go with the blurred effect of a picture, those are when you would turn the shutter speed down. And now lastly, I want to talk about the creative aspect of it. photography and videography are both just art forms, and they're ways of expressing the way you see what you're taking a picture or a video of. So make it yours. Don't just copy someone else. I mean, it might look cool, but there's no originality to that. There's no you to that video or that picture. So whatever you do, make it yours and be proud of the work that you're doing. And just, you can always go and look back and see what you've accomplished later on, and it's awesome.
I respect that.
CO6 effect, gripping, feeling almost there. Listening to Bon Jovi, rolling, living on a prayer. Privy to the gossip that's been said about me constant. It's the life and times of Bumpy Johnson meets Nutley Thompson. I used to rap about death, now I'm only concerned to live. I value relationships still, I keep it competitive. Nowadays, chances are that if you see me throw the match, it ain't to lose the fight, it's to from a burning bridge. I'm from a family of alcoholics and coke addicts. Daddy taught me if the ass is so fat, it's the fact that if you reach your hoe, don't matter, it's still appropriate to scope at it. Living life with no balance, driving drunk on co-pilot, private till I total it. I'm trying to stay afloat, but I got nobody to throw a rope at it. The game is just a game, splits in politics with no ballot. All kind of clips with more malice than